Boats on that part of the river have got the tide coming in. That boat there has got no tide at all. And boats on that side of the river have got the tide going out. So if all that's true, why is there not a big hole with no water in it there? So those of you that watched last week's episode will know that we find ourselves on the Crouch in Essex, or more precisely at Burnham and Crouch on the River Crouch in Essex. Nothing wrong with that, we like the place. And we came here deliberately because although the weather looks fine in these films, we've been dodging showers for the last couple of days and the forecast was for yet more, including some stronger winds. So we decided we'd stay on the Crouch for a few more days, but rather than just sit in Burnham, we'd head off upriver a bit further to Fambridge Marina. One other reason for doing this, of course, is that we get to sail a bit further up the River Crouch. We like our river sailing and the Crouch is as pretty as any. But before we leave, Izzy and Mummy go exploring around Burnham Marina in our dinghy.
Back. Just exploring. Where are we going to? Izzy, that side?
Let me get my bearings again. I'm going to try and park. Is there any guys what's down there? Or should I turn around and try and go in there?
No, we're not going off there.
No, go.
Fine. Well, hello! Today is probably the third day of our holiday. I've lost track already. We've left Burnham and we are sailing to Fambridge. We thought today, as it's like benign conditions, that we'd actually try our second reef. Because if you may remember, we decided to only have 2 reefs put in this sail. And the second one is like really high up, so it's tiny, but that's perfect. We're sailing in 7 knots of wind and we're going 3.4 knots. So that's not bad, is it? It's a beautiful river, we don't want to rush it. It's only a few miles away, Fambridge, so we want to enjoy it.
The thinking behind our reefs was that everyone has 3 reefs, but by the time you need a 3rd reef, we don't want to be out. It's a family boat, we sail it for fun. So we decided we'd have, and the other thing was I always think is that when you put the first reef in, you hang on to full sail as long as you can, then you put the first reef in and it doesn't seem to make much difference. So our thinking when we ordered this sail, we'd have a first reef that was slightly more than a normal first reef, so that it actually did make a difference. Then we'd have a second reef that was slightly more than a normal second reef, so that we've got a small sail when we need it. And if we ever need more than that, we're either just sailing on a jib alone, or we're motoring, or we've not gone out because it's too strong. And I'm very pleased with that. That is a small but usable sail. Any smaller would be a sort of a storm sail, so it's good.
Ooh, 10 knots of wind now. How tiny it is. turning Daffy into a catamaran with our little tiny sails. It means Izzy can be down below with a flat table watching YouTube. What are you watching, Iz? What are you watching?
American Dad.
American Dad. Cool. swinging moorings at Fambridge, and now we are coming up to the buoy. Look, it's just like driving a car. Entrance and fuel this way.
No waste, full.
No wash, darling. I do need to get your eyes tested. She can't see for toffee.
I've got Winnie,
Look how tiny these little boys are. They're so tiny. Oh, tiny Winnie size boys. I love you. Cozy Winnie. Oh. They're quite happy to me. Look how tiny that is. Little cone, so cute.
We like Fambridge Marina. It's not really much more than a muddy hole in the ground. But it's a nice, clean, well-presented site, and with one of the best toilet blocks on the east coast. So it has got quite a bit going for it. I seem to remember the channel being a bit tight and shallow, but we had loads of water when we came in. Okay, we timed it so that it was a high tide, and we don't draw very much, but it wasn't anywhere near the drama I seem to remember it. The one downside to this marina, from our point of view at least, is that it's not in the middle of the town. It is what most people would be looking for, a nice secluded little village by the side of the river in the middle of the country. But that unfortunately doesn't entertain our daughter. There is a great cafe/restaurant on the site itself, and just round the corner there's an excellent pub, both of which do some great food. So that was the evening meal sorted out, but as for the rest of the entertainment, well, we have to make our own. It's one of the times where having davits on the back of the boat so that we can easily launch a dinghy comes in handy. It's also one of the reasons we bought a boat with 3 cabins. Seemed a bit extravagant at the time, but the third cabin gives you a garage in which to park the bicycles.
Breathe in.
Regular viewers of our channel, of course, will know that normally all you get to see of a new marina is shots like these. Normally taken on my phone as I'm walking to the shower block. But thanks to the kind support of some of our viewers and the donations they've made via PayPal, we've been able to buy a drone. And as the sun went down on this evening, you really do get a sense of how nice and peaceful it can be on the River Crouch. So thank you those who have supported, and the rest of you, please don't take this as asking for money. It's not. I'm just giving a shout out to those people that have been generous enough to help. Thank you.